What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is DJCS. Welcome to an all-new video here on my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my predictions for Episode 3 of Game of Thrones Season 8. Still don't have a title for it because they are being really stingy with the titles for these shows this season. Probably mostly because I think some of them are spoiler, even though A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms I don't think was necessarily spoilery. I can't tell you why they're not giving out the titles beforehand. But tonight's episode, we're going to talk about what we know, and I'm going to give you guys my predictions. So basically what we know is that tonight is going to be the Battle of Winterfell against the dead, against the White Walkers, against the Ice King, the Night King, and all his hundreds of thousands of dead whites that he's turned, and just everything, all the knots at the giants. I don't know if we're going to see any ice spiders tonight. That would be pretty badass, but I don't know if we are. We honestly don't even know if we're going to see the Night King tonight. We haven't seen him in any of the trailer, essentially the one trailer that played for it, the preview. So there are some theories going around that perhaps he's making his way down to King's Landing. He's just making a beeline straight for King's Landing. He's going to get Cersei and all her army and people of King's Landing, and then he's going to attack Winterfell from the south. I don't think that's going to happen because that just seems like too anticlimactic for Cersei. There were some theories before the season started that Cersei was going to give herself to the Night King and become like the bride to the Night King or something crazy like that. And give her potential baby to the Night King also. I don't think any of that's going to happen. That's a little too crazy for the little amount of episodes we have left this season. I'm pretty sure Cersei's going to be the final battle that they have to deal with in like the last bit of episode 5 and then 6. So I don't think the Night King is going down to King's Landing to get Cersei, to kill Cersei, or to kill anyone down in King's Landing, or to join forces with Cersei, anything like that. So what is going to happen tonight, or at least my predictions for what is going to happen tonight? I don't think the episode is going to start off balls to the wall. It's when the episode 2 ended last week, they had just kind of showed up, and then I think this is going to kind of kick off right from that point, right after they showed up, and everyone's just kind of running around trying to get their bearings, trying to get ready, get into formation and stuff like that. There's a shot where Arya's running through the hallways. Now, I don't know if this is later on in the show, after the Whites have attacked, or if this is her running from essentially the bedroom where she was with Gendry to get to her dagger, or her staff, that Gendry made for her. Trying to haul ass to get the weapon that she needs so that she can fight. There's also a point, so again, I think the beginning of the episode is going to be kind of slower, maybe for 10-15 minutes until the battle actually starts. The battle will probably actually start once the Night King flies in on his dragon and everybody goes, holy shit. Even though Bran told them that he had a dragon. That just kind of went over everybody's head, though. They didn't wait a second, he has a dragon now? He rose? Daenerys was he rose my dragon? So I think once that happens, it's going to hit everyone, and there's going to be moments like, oh crap, how are we doing this? There's a scene in the trailer, though, where Dany says the dead are already here. A lot of people are believing that to be that the people in the crypts are going to be risen. All the Starks and stuff like that. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. That's kind of crazy. It could potentially happen, and I would love to see Ned Stark come back. I can't remember the guy who played him, but I would love to see him come back. But he's headless, so we wouldn't even know it was him if he did. And you could have Lyanna Stark and all the other Starks who have died in the past come up, but I don't think that's going to happen. They have been teasing it a lot, though, lately, saying that, I think they said, someone said in the last episode that they said the crypts were the safest place 6 times in that one episode. So they have been teasing that. They've been dropping foreshadowing over and over again that the crypts are the safest place, and what if they're not? But I don't know if that's going to happen. What I do think, again, predictions, the part where Dany says that the dead are already here. I think it's taken out of context. She does say that. However, I think it's an issue where Jon they're running to get to the dragons or whatever, because in that scene it doesn't look like they're outside, or still looks like they're kind of inside the castle. So I think Jon stops her for a second, and he wants to talk about what he said before. And then Daenerys is like, we don't have time for this. The dead are already here. Hopefully we get some kind of resolution as to what happened last time when he told her his lineage, that he's the true son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. So hopefully we got some kind of conclusion to that story. I don't know if I don't want to say I'm guaranteed I'm positive it's going to happen, but I definitely think it's going to happen. I'd rather it didn't happen later in the season. I would rather it would happen now, but at some point it's definitely going to happen, and I'm predicting that it happens tonight. Another prediction is that in the last episode they decided to put Bran Stark in the Godswood with Theon protecting him. They chose the one guy who's never even fought a white. He's only seen one white, the one white they brought down to King's Landing. They chose the one guy who is like the most least likely to know how to fight one of these things to protect Bran. I don't really know how it's going to go. I don't think it's going to go good. We see some shots of Jon fighting like in the snow, but in one of the shots it looks like he's in the Godswood. He's surrounded by like trees and stuff. So I think at some point he's going to be in there trying to protect Bran. And most likely Theon is going to die. If you didn't see my top 10 predictions death list that I posted last week, basically it was Daenerys, Bronn, Euron, Theon, Beric Dondarrion, the Hound and the Mountain, Jaime and Cersei, Jon Snow, Varys and Melisandre, and the Night King. Obviously, they're not all going to die in this episode. That's kind of throughout the season. But tonight, and those are like my main death predictions. We're going to get a lot of deaths, and I just saw Endgame yesterday, which to me was a very emotional movie. And I'm not going to talk about that though, because that's something different. But it's going to be a very emotional weekend for me, from Endgame to tonight, and all the people that are about to die tonight. It's going to be nuts. So who is going to die tonight? I could see 4 people dying, not essentially sacrificing themselves, but standing up to protect someone. And those 4 are Theon, Ser Davos, Tyrion, and Sam. Now, Theon obviously is going to, if he dies, my prediction is that he's going to die protecting Bran. And kind of not necessarily redeem himself, but have that conclusion to his storyline where yes, he was the reason that Bran was kicked out of Winterfell, but now he's also helping save Bran's life. Ser Davos, I think, is going to be because he's never in all these battles he's never really fought, and I think he's going to be put in a situation where he has to fight. Like perhaps he's going to run to the crypts where it's potentially like someone's going to break into the crypts, like the whites are going to break into the crypts. And in order to save that little girl who he saw last episode, he picks up a sword and starts fighting. But in the process, he dies. Tyrion is supposed to be in the crypts, but we've seen him in the trailers on the wall still. But again, I think there's going to be time in the beginning where stuff is still going down, people are still getting into position, so there's a good chance that Tyrion could get in the crypts. However, I think Tyrion is going to not necessarily put his life on the line for Daenerys, but he's going to do something that's going to be, stupid, essentially. Like how he did, how Jaime almost did last season when Tyrion was watching and Jaime was charging at Daenerys, and he's like, "You fool, run." He's essentially going to do what Jaime did. He's not going to choose the right choice. He's not going to run. He's going to grab a sword or something, and he's going to charge at whoever is threatening either Daenerys or Jaime or someone, and essentially that's going to get him killed. That's like the least likely scenario, I think. Sam, I think, is going to be in the same boat. It's either going to be like Ser Jorah, Jon, or Gilly, who he's going to risk his life for and essentially die for. Again, those are like almost in like the order of likelihood. Theon, Sir Davos, Tyrion, and then Sam. Sam and Tyrion could probably switch. I don't know, but Theon and Sir Davos are definitely at the top of the list. Who else is going to die tonight? I think Tormund is a goner. Unfortunately, I love Tormund. His last episode was hilarious. It was great, but I think he's done. I think the guys from the Night's Watch are done. I think his name is Ed, the commander there. I think he's done. I think Beric Dondarrion is finally going to meet his end. Possibly Podrick is going to die. I don't think any of the big names are going to die. I don't think Jon's going to die. I don't think Daenerys is going to die. Sansa, Arya, Jaime, Brienne. I don't think any of them are going to die. Varys might die tonight. That's a good possibility. I'm trying to go through the cast in the order of who is there. Grey Worm could die. Missandei could die. We could lose a lot of Dothraki. A lot of Dothraki aren't even named right now. We have no idea who she actually still has. So that's all up in the air as to who the Dothraki could die. I do, however, think there's going to be a moment a la Battle of the Bastards where someone comes in essentially to save the day, where Jon and Daenerys and all these people are being overrun, and then when we think it's over, bam, here comes an army to help them. I think it's going to be Melisandre and all the other Red Women and the people who follow her religion. I can't remember what the heck they're called, but the people who believe in the fire god. I do think that is going to happen. Tonight's episode is scheduled for 1 hour and 25 minutes. That's insane. It is going to be the longest episode we've got so far this season. However, it's not the longest episode for the season. So I'll definitely be looking forward to tonight's episode. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be emotional. I'm ready for some deaths. Again, I don't think anyone truly of the main characters is going to die. However, it is totally possible that could happen. But be sure to hit subscribe if you are new here and hit that notification bell, because I will be doing a live reaction for it tonight, as I always do for every Game of Thrones episode. It's going to be a rough night for me because I've got Game of Thrones, and then I got to go to work shortly after, which sucks because we're working overtime this week, and I got to go in for a 6th day. So that sucks, but it's going to be awesome tonight for 1 hour and 25 minutes of Game of Thrones. But I will see you guys then. If you are new here, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop it a like, and let me know your predictions, your thoughts for tonight's episode down in the comment section, and I will see you guys later. My name is DJ CS. Have a good one, guys, and as always, don't forget to tip your DJ. Later, dudes.